Hello and welcome back to Gnomoria, where we have a few things that we need to get sorted. I've received a few comments that have given me some amazing tips on how to organize my stockpiles. Also, were comments on the proper use of groves, and finally, just some tips and reminders about things that I really do want to get resolved myself. Apparently now I can actually specify the amount of males in each pasture. Apparently you need animals in there first before you can do that. But before we get to all of that, let's just quickly go through the renames. Now I haven't been able to rename everyone who's requested a gnome yet. We're still waiting on crossbows for Webster and Eli. I don't have a spare military gnome to name Kenny yet. And we need another migrant wave before we can really take anyone off the current jobs that they've got to make a new engineer for Commiecat. So, for the time being, that's the way things stand. Now, Boulder has asked for the machinist job specifically, and once we've got 2 engineers, we'll set that up so that Boulder is primarily a machinist rather than what's currently set, where he does everything. Other than that, we need to check out our squads because we have a few new members. Let's just find the Velvet Evildoers. Oh no, why are they the same? Damn it, it hasn't gone through. Oh, you annoying little guys. Right, well actually I can just quickly do this on the screen then. So, Gimper is going to be Phantom K07. I think that's a KO and not a K0. Do let me know if that's wrong. And Wizenoots. A very bizarre name. Is now Watery Pillow 123. Yay, welcome to the forts. And I imagine if that hadn't gone through, then I'm going to need to rename you as well. Welcome back, Super Soup 87. Or rather, welcome, Super Soup 87 the second. There we go. Now, there are a few other things I needed to do. I need to set up a... Alright, Spartan, here we are. Now we want no armor on you, so let's see. Highlander. Yeah, we'll go for Highlander then. And you can have the Highlander uniform, which will no longer be any armor at all. Seems a bit rough to expect you to go around without any boots, but oh well. There we go. Let me just check that actually. Make sure it isn't just like a breastplate or something. Yeah, no armor. Okay. Well, there we are. You will no longer be wearing any armor, Spartan Cupcake. Now, with that all done, in the last episode I mentioned we needed a hospital, and that is still something we're going to need, so we'll probably use a room back here for that. In fact, let's go ahead and set that up right now. Make it about so long. No, make it about that long. And about that shape. So that'll be our hospital once it's done. What else were the things on our list of things to do? Got the military members. Airlock doors. That's right. So we're going to need some doors here, as suggested in the comments. So, have we got a spare door? Yes, we do. Excellent. We'll set those up to be built. I'll just get this out of the way, and then we'll start the serious work of actually sorting out a couple of our stockpiles. Because the way I'm using them right now is apparently grossly inefficient. What else did I need to do? Ah, yes. I need to set the minimum numbers. We want 1 yak male. That's it. And likewise in the emu pasture. 1 male, please. Alpacas, not such a bad thing. We'll have 3 males in the alpaca pasture because the alpacas seem to be phenomenal combatants. I don't know if the male and females are any different, but we don't need to get rid of them, so we won't. And as I've said before, the males still produce wool, so. Now, one of the big jobs on our hands is the Texver's corpse. Yes. Not the nicest topic of conversation, but we need to do something about this. So, time to mine a little ways down. We're going to dig a ramp down, I think. Let's build it. Actually, first, let's... where are you? Let's dig a hole. There. Right, the reason why we're going to have to get Texver's corpse out, other than obviously wanting to bring him back, so he can receive a proper Viking burial, is he's currently wearing a full suit of leather armor. And what's happening is all the gnomes over here are like, oh, I want that leather armor. And they're running off and trying to get to it, which is causing all sorts of problems. Well, they're not running off to try and get it, but it's preventing them from getting any of the other armor, unfortunately. There we go. Now, the way I'm going to try and do this is I'm going to try and avoid... Oh, I need to drain this pool, but at the same time, I don't want to invalidate the well. It's a bit of an annoyance, really. I suppose I could have them put a well out there. Yeah, we'll do that. Because that brings the well a little bit closer to the dining hall as well. Which seems to make sense. If that's the case, let's go ahead and prepare this area for a fairly large hollowing out to give plenty of room for that enormous pool to be drained into. Oh, clay. We always like clay. No, come back, you fools. Replace floor with dirt, as always. And of course, we want to make a dirt stockpile, really. Let's make the dirt stockpile there. Dirt. Right. Go ahead then. Do your things. How are they doing down here? It's not too bad at the moment. Once we've got everything sorted out with the armor, then we're going to try and sort out these stockpiles. We might not get to it in this episode, but essentially what we're going to be doing is giving very small stockpiles with very specific priorities to try and encourage the gnomes to do work in a fairly specific order. Oh, one other thing that someone pointed out is that I'd set up a request for statuettes rather than statues. I have now corrected that, so we should see statues being placed all over the place, which is great. Now, so our little tomb there is complete, more or less. Yay! We're going to need... Are we making coal? Out of any log? Okay, cool. Am I making torches? Yes. Oh, pine torches. Boo. We have not the pine. What's the pine grove set up for? Cut clippings, fell trees. for now. Oh, yeah, I suppose they should cut couplings and fell trees. Damn. Right. In the meanwhile, let's set this stockpile to a fairly high priority so that people will come and do this work quickly. And then we want to try and dig a hole. I'm not sure. Not sure how to go about this at all. Suppose what we could do is see, in Dwarf Fortress there are very specific ways that you need to tackle these sorts of problems. You can't just designate a whole bunch of tiles to be dug up, otherwise the miners will come down and they'll dig themselves in effectively. And it'll be all kinds of hilarious until someone eventually dies of hunger. So we're going to try and get them to intelligently dig this back. Likewise over there. Now while all that's going on, hopefully our military is still training. And all is going well in the lands of spider slaughter. Have a look around, there may be a mant outside somewhere. Oh, balls. Merchant has arrived. Ooh. Boulder has invented the mechanical wall. Right. I would like very much for this wall to be mined out. So we'll quickly mine out this wall. And immediately after that's done, we're going to want to close it again. We do not want any goblins breaking into our fort. We just want the merchant in, and that's all. And of course, my people are probably asleep. No, they're not. Okay, good, 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 good. Come on. Yay. Build, train, wall. Dirt clump. And just go ahead and rebuild that. Oh shit. Get inside. I have to babysit you, aren't I? No? Oh, excellent. Right. Okay, well, let's have a quick check out at the market stall then. Right. What have we got to sell? Got a lot of dirt clumps. Lots of birch logs, coal, raw sapphires, cotton, wool. Lots of hide. Enormous amounts of hide, actually. Obscene amounts of strawberry seeds. Not many pine clippings. Yeah, we've got enormous amounts of food. We are not ever going to die of starvation. We can probably just sit in here for years without having to go out. But these bones we want to get rid of. So we'll sell all of those and all the honey badger bones and the emu bones, bear bones, alpaca bones, yak skull, skull. Okay. Got 50 copper bars. Wow. Got loads of pet rocks. Absolute tons of them. That's amazing. And then more pet rocks. And fine pet rocks. Wow. Superior pet rocks. Masterful pet rocks. That's amazing. Fine applewood puzzle boxes. Let's get rid of those. Poor clay statue, fine clay statue, regular clay statues. Right, hang on. Those statues or statuettes? Statuettes, okay. Superior statuettes. Wow, we've got a lot of trade goods here. This is awesome. What else have we got? No, we're going to keep those statues. And I think that's it. We're down into the armour now. Right. Okay, so what have you got to trade us? We will take all of your ore, and the malachite ore, and the tin ore, and the silver ore. Wow, we can afford the silver ore. That is obscene. Apple weed. No, we don't need any of those. Yeah, that's it. So, we want to take back some of our stuff. Let's take back that all of those. We'll take back basically all the fine stuff. Those. How about these? Getting closer to it now. Okay, very close now. Right, okay. Let's take. We don't want any of the bones. They can have those. 10 of those back. And yeah, you can just have those. Yay! Right. Well, when we actually want to now, we've got enough goods to make a jeweler and actually have him do stuff, which is amazing. But we are still going to need build. Where are you? No, we want dig. Stop doing this. We want to dig a hole. And I'm not going to launch into song. So you can all rest easy in the knowledge that there will be no dwarven songs, no digging of diggy holes or any such nonsense. Right, we're going to get those dirt clumps out of there as well. And again, priority 1 that. That one can stay as priority 1 actually. We're going to need it. And we're going to continue digging these holes. Though let's try and get as much of this done as we can. While he's here, he'll probably actively do the work for us. Until he's gone, which he now is, which is a shame. Now, what I'm doing here is I intend to leave a path so that our gnomes can access these lower areas, because they're going to need to, if only to get the clay back, which I'm not going to abandon. What's that emo doing down here? Right, the next one is to build a stairs down there and there. Right, let's try and designate another area. Oh no, they're going to grab the clay, and that's really the only one I care about. Right then. Haha, goblins. Enjoy your weight. Actually, I best check how many there are. Let's have a look. There's one over there by the looks of it. And that looks alright. There's nothing we're going to worry about. The merchant is safely imprisoned inside our fort, so we don't have to care about it. Right, let's go ahead and dig that wall out. And I think we want some more stairs down. And in the meantime, some more holes as well. Once we've brought this down properly, we'll be able to just dig into that lake and basically drain it all out. We'll make more holes so that there's plenty of room for this to drain down into. Because there are effectively 2 layers of this, so we're going to need plenty of room, unfortunately. Right, and damn it. Keep losing this menu. I don't know why I'm having such trouble remembering where it is. Right, while all that's going on, still need some beds. Damn. Oh no, they're doing it. Good, good. got some pine planks coming in now as well, so... or pine logs, rather. So they should start producing pine planks and then pine torches. So let's dig some more holes down. Up there. And also over here. Actually, we'll wait for our miners to come down. I know, riveting stuff this, but it will eventually be really useful for us. Right, we're just going to get down there. Just finish off this hole, because we want this point left open so that we can drain everything into it. We're going to dig in there, let all of this drain out. Hopefully, we'll be able to access this area soon after. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough though, so perhaps I should just have them hollow this whole area out, really, come to think of it. Yeah, that'll probably be the best idea. And replace this floor. Dig up, dig up. And then replace the wall. There we go. Right, they should haul off all that clay pretty quickly. And once that's done, we'll just wait for these 4 pieces to be taken. Hopefully that will be pretty quick. Right, okay, let's go ahead and mine this through. Now, I've really no idea how this is going to affect the gnome who does it. I'm just going to pray. Not sure who to. Right, let's slow this down. Run away! Whew. You escaped. Excellent. Right, so this is all filling up. We'll speed up time a little bit. It doesn't seem to be draining very quickly. Oh my goodness. Barely moving. Alright, well, we'll let that carry on. Now, the tips that I've been given for the stockpiles. Let's go ahead and remove this entire designation. Now, what we want to do is actually slow down time a bit. Actually, let's just stop it for a moment. We want some very, very specific stockpiles. So, we want, let's think. I'm going to say 1 tile stockpile. And this one will be birch logs. This will be a priority 2 stockpile, and the only wood it'll accept is birch logs. And of course we want to build a crate on that. Now that's going to guarantee that there's 32 birch logs right next to the carpenter, or rather the sawmill. We're going to want one there for pine logs. And we're going to do exactly the same for applewood as well. And again, we want at least 1 crate. And then the stockpile goes there. Ah, balls. Now, someone's pointed out that the reason why that happens is that mouse moves off this cursor position here. It's got to kind of still be hovering over the text area. Right. Now, I'm only going to show you this for one of the stockpiles. I'm not going to do it for all of them. But I will do that for all of them off screen. It's probably not going to be as interesting to watch, but it may be interesting in terms of the system. So let's just double check that. Pine logs, what do you accept? You only accept pine logs. Cool. Fairly certain that I got birch logs done all right to begin with. Yep. And finally, just to double check, applewood logs. What do you accept? Accept applewood. Excellent. Now, with this, they're now going to store at least 32 of each of these logs right next to the carpenter. And they're going to, the sawmill. And they're going to do that at a very high priority. The next thing we want to do is, yeah, we'll do this. So this will be birch overflow. And this will be a priority 9 stockpile. So this is really only going to be... I mean, obviously the birch will be put in this stockpile after the higher priority stockpile. But also in terms of the other stockpiles as well, this stockpile itself is going to be a very low priority. So they're only going to be bringing down birch to this particular stockpile probably after other jobs have been done around the fort. So this is a very low priority job for anyone doing hauling, because we don't really care if there's a load of birch lying around. If it's up there in logs, that's fine, it can stay there. It's not as important as, say, moving bodies around or moving other things around the fortress. So let's make another stockpile. This one I believe is pine. And again, that'll be priority 9. I'll go ahead and set this up. So pine logs there. Priority 9. Again, I'm going to build some storage. Any crate, doesn't really matter. And finally, you guessed it, applewood. Now, once all of these have been dealt with, like if these all fill up, I will have a generic woods overflow as well. That one will be here. First, let me just build these crates before I forget. There we go. And then this last stockpile right at the back. This one will be log overflow. Now this one is going to be a priority 15. Really, the only reason anyone should store any logs in this place is if there's nothing else to do in terms of stockpiling priorities. So, and again, we'll just fill it all up with crates. So there we go. That's how that stockpile is going to work now. So hopefully these guys are going to come down, move these crates around, then move them back, etc., and just set this place up properly. This may generate a bit of work initially, but hopefully not too much that it interrupts other jobs that are going on. Because these crates, things may be in these crates that shouldn't be. For example, this one might not only have... Oh, well, that's got nothing in it, actually. But this one's got... How much? Birch logs. Well, they should be in this side, and so on and so forth. And that'll probably get worked out over time. Now, as I said, I'm not going to just focus on that for now because it's a lot of time, it's quite fiddly, and it doesn't really change things that much visually, but I thought it would be useful for you guys if I showed you what I was going to do with the rest of the fort, so that when you next join me and all of the various stockpiles have something similar set up, you'll understand what I've done. And also, because it's quite a good idea. I was quite impressed when it was pointed out that I could set it up like that and the benefits to doing that. Now, another thing that would be useful to do, again, what we've currently got is we've got loads of planks. We're going to jot all those down. We're not going to do those right now. What we're going to do instead, because currently we had like 100 pine planks. If there was enough pine around, they would have made 100 pine planks before even looking at once making a birch plank. That's not ideal. So what we're going to do, we're going to have 10 birch planks, then 10 applewood planks. Oops, no, we don't want that one there. And then finally, 10 pine planks. Ooh, out the logs. Then, we want this one to be 50 birch planks. And next, we want 50 applewood planks. And I'm sure you can see why I'm doing this. This way, instead of having one queue up that would take 100 turns to get, you know, the pine planks, when really all I wanted was one single birch plank. At most, if I want 10 pine planks, I'm going to have to wait at most 20 planks worth of time before they start making pine planks for me. And then they'll come down here, and then finally, just go ahead and make any plank you want. Once we get here, just use up whatever's to hand. And again, I'll probably be doing similar things in the other workshops. You're not going to notice it in the crafts workshops so much, because there's not as much scope for that kind of priority system. But certainly you'll find it in the basic raw materials ones. Oh look! Yay! This is actually getting quite emptied. Oh, they've taken his body. They've actually collected his body and moved it. Fantastico. Is it over here? The Texver. Sleep well, brave warrior. Alright, well, that's done. So we no longer need this area. So how about we just build over it? I think that would make perfect sense. I'm sure you agree. So let's go ahead and get some dirt clumps and just build over this area. And that will probably be the last thing we do in this episode. As we can see, people are now properly equipping themselves with leather armor where it's available. That's excellent. Now, actually, before we go, let's not forget to build a well. Where are you? Food and drink, well. Go ahead and build that. Yeah, build that there. And then just to be safe, let me just make sure that's that's actually not that safe at all, is it? It's actually out there. Cancel that job then. Oh, damn it. Cancel job. Let's instead, before we do anything else, and I forget, we'll cancel that one as well. We want that wall there. Let's go ahead and build a dirt floor. Like that. And we'll remove this floor. And instead build the well there. Now the reason I'm doing this, you may have noticed, is that this area is actually kind of exposed. At least that will be underground. I'm going to just put walls there to completely wall this area off. So I'm just going to wait for them to finish that. This well probably has no access to water anymore. Oh, it does have access to water. I'm surprised by that. The water's balanced out now, but oh, that's not too bad. But we will continue work on this well, and then we'll wall it off as well. I think it would be the best thing to do. And that will be the end of this episode. Oh, don't spar out there, you derps. What are you doing? Right, any other things we need to build? What's this? This is the loom. We could build a tailor inside. Let's get that thrown up. Go ahead and just build that. Like so. Right. You should have finished the well by now. Yes, you have. Excellent. Right, let's just get this sorted out then. Chop chop. We have got a fort to secure. Right, now that wall's done, I can afford to place that one. And we'll build a little torch in there as well. Just keep the well room nice and well lit. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Unintentional pun is unintentional. Ah, the well may... I was worried about that. Damn it. Where are you? Torch. There we go. And this should be the end of the episode. Right, in this episode, we've actually done quite a lot. I've shown you what I'm going to be doing with the rest of the stockpiles, so the next time you see me, I'll probably have most of them, if not all of them, set up like that. We've also managed to recover the Texver's corpse. Hurrah! The hero has been saved. In addition, his tomb has been completed, which is pretty nice. It's quite a nice little thing that I'm sure you will all agree. Other than that, I'll probably finish off that dormitory in a moment, and we've generally just tidied up the fort. Thanks to the awesome advice that I've been receiving, and you can see them there going crazy, moving things around. Hopefully this will gradually improve the speed that our gnomes can move stuff around the fortress. So in the next episode, we'll probably start work on expanding our engineering. So a machinist and a engineering workshop. And then possibly some crossbows. They're very high on my priority of things to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll join me for the next. But until then, do take care.